Good day. Welcome to Philippine Echoes, history that shaped us, where we dive deep into the stories that build our nation. I am your host, John Clyde Cabigas. We're taking you back to one of the most powerful moments in the Philippine history, an event that showed the world how courage, unity, and hope can bring down a dictatorship. This is a story of the EDSA People Power Revolution. To truly understand the revolution, we have to go back to the years leading up to 1986. Ferdinand Marcos was elected president in 1964. At first, many Filipinos believed he could bring progress, but by 1972, things changed drastically. Marcos declared martial law, claiming it was needed to stop communism and advance, but in truth, it allowed him to rule like a dictator. During martial law, the government silenced critics, arrested opposition leaders, and controlled the media. Thousands of Filipinos were imprisoned, tortured, or killed. The economy suffered. The gap between rich and poor grew even wider. While Marcos' family lived in luxury, many ordinary Filipinos struggled. One of the most strongest voices against the dictatorship was Senator Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr. He was jailed for years and later went to the exile in the US. In 1983, he bravely returned to the Philippines but was assassinated at the airport, an act that shocked and angered the nation. Ninoy's death sparked outrage. Filipinos from all walks of life, students, workers, priests, nuns, and even celebrities, began openly criticizing the Marcos regime. The opposition gained strength, and in 1986, Marcos called for a snap election. His opponent, Ninoy's widow's Corazon Cory Aquino. Despite massive fraud and cheating, Marcos declared himself the winner. But the people had enough. On February 22, 1986, something incredible happened. Defense Minister Juan Ponce Enrile and General Fidel Ramos withdrew their support from Marcos and barricaded themselves in Camp Aguinaldo and Camp Crame. When this news broke out, Cardinal Jaime Sin called on Filipinos through Radio Veritas to go to EDSA and protect the rebel soldiers. Another important aspect of this period was the vital role played by the Catholic Church and alternative media. The Catholic Church, led by figures like Cardinal Jaime Sin, not only provided moral guidance but also became a trusted voice that could rally the people without inciting violence. Religious institutions offered safe spaces and encouraged nonviolent resistance. At the same time, alternative media sources such as Radio Veritas played a crucial role in spreading uncensored information, especially when government-controlled news outlets tried to hide the truth. Radio Veritas became the voice of the revolution, broadcasting real-time updates and instructions of the public, including call for peaceful assembly. Without this trusted institution, the movement might not have gained the same momentum or remained as peaceful. Over the next 4 days, Millions of Filipino flooded EDSA. They brought food, flowers, and prayers, not guns. It was a revolution powered not by violence, but by unity and faith. Ordinary people stood in front of tanks and soldiers, pleading for peace. Nuns prayed for the rosary. Children handed flowers to soldiers. Marcos ordered his troops to spare the crowd, even to the fire. Yet many soldiers refused. Some even joined the people. February 25, the tide had turned. Corazon Aquino was sworn in as the new president at a Club Filipino in the San Juan. Later that evening, Marcos and his family fled the country, flown to Hawaii by the US military. The dictatorship was over. The EDSA revolution became a symbol of peaceful resistance. It showed the world that democracy can be restored without bloodshed. In fact, it inspired similar movements in other countries. But the revolution also reminds us that democracy is not something we win once. It's something we must protect every day. Though Marcos was gone, many of problems he left behind. Poverty, corruption, political divisions remains. In recent years, the legacy of EDSA has been questioned, even denied. But the stories of those who stood at EDSA remind us of the power of unity and truth. Thank you for joining me on the Philippine Echoes. If you learned something new today, or if this episode reminded you of the importance of standing up for what is right, don't forget to share this podcast with friends or family. Reminder, our history is not just about dates and events. It's about people like you who have the power to shape our future. Until next time, I am John Clyde Cabicas, reminding you to keep listening, keep learning, and keep the spirit of people power alive.